For the first time in EFC history, the flyweight title is on the line as the dangerous finishing skills of Zulu go up against the technical know-how of Craig Ninow.
Anytime you introduce a title into the organization, it's exciting. And when you talk about the flyweights, these guys are so quick, so much speed, so much technical ability.
We've seen some great fights in the flyweight division so far, and this inaugural title fight is guaranteed to be a classic. For Zulu, it's a chance to once again be crowned the champion. For Ninow, it's a perfect platform to get his revenge and the gold around his waist.
Yes, he can fight, but it doesn't have that hard to beat me. It doesn't have the balls. He's just a small boy.
I'm going out there, I'm putting my heart on the line there, everything, I'm leaving it in the cage. And I'm only coming out with the gold, I'm not coming out with anything else.
You're gonna see an amazing fight when we get to our flyweight title fight at EFC 43. Don't blink, you'll miss something, guaranteed.
This championship bout is 5 rounds for the EFC bantamweight title. Introducing first, the challenger, Denmark, the Wolf!
There is no doubt Zulu Boy was an absolute animal at bantamweight. His only problem was that he was kind of underpowered for that division, and that's really why he came up short against the Penna.
And now introducing his opponent, the reigning, defending EFC bantamweight champion, Nkazimulo, Zulu Boy, Zulu!
His wall from there, looks for the takedown, and he does. Got to be frustrating for Zulu, just doesn't seem like he's got an answer for the wrestling of the Montana. Clinical, absolutely clinical display of wrestling by the Montana.
And the new EFC bantamweight champion!
That loss to Penna was actually the best thing that ever happened to Zulu. We realized that we had to work wrestling, we had to do strength and conditioning, and actually work on other aspects of his game. He was relying too much on his kicks.
On that fight, we picked up a lot of mistakes that we had there, and a lot of stuff that we need to work on, like wrestling, mixing it up with jiu-jitsu, giving us more confidence on the stand-up so we can give a go, because this time it was going to be explosive.
The Penna loss was an invaluable lesson for Zulu, but the announcement of the flyweight division was just what he wanted to hear. Now, fighting in a more natural division, Zulu was eager to show off his newfound skills.
Introducing the flyweight division, what a great thing for Nkazimulo Zulu. You're talking about the former bantamweight champion, the first ever bantamweight champion in the EFC. Now he gets to be comfortable and fight at his true weight, which is flyweight.
And first up for Zulu was the BJJ specialist, Francois Groenewald, a perfect test for the former champion.
Every fight we take as a learning curve, and we use Francois to test the jiu-jitsu and to test the wrestling that we have been applying. So yeah, so the proof was in the pudding.
And there we go, tries to throw the kick, and Zulu throws him off, and this is already where we can see the difference with the strength issue that Zulu had before in the higher weight divisions. And he gets the mount as Nkazimulo Zulu. With 10 seconds remaining, he's going to have to let it all go now. Groenewald looks to get back to his feet. There might not be enough time for Zulu though. He is so good at those submissions.
No!
Groenewald is hurt. Big flying knee by Nkazimulo, but Groenewald strives forward, looks for the takedown. Taking a couple of deep breaths of air.
Shots here from Zulu. Oh,
Zulu has landed a couple. Groenewald very lazy with the takedown. A big shot by Zulu.
Zulu now in for the kill.
Good head movement by Zulu, and great sprawl as Groenewald goes for the takedown and again tries to pull guard.
All 3 judges have scored this contest 28-29, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Nkazimulo Zulu Boy Zulu.
We saw in the Groenewald fight what a difference one division makes, and Zulu is looking more comfortable than ever, and that is dangerous for the rest of the division.
A dominant victory for the former champion, and now his eyes are firmly set on the EFC flyweight gold. But standing in his way is a man with revenge on his mind.
biggest thing about Craig is he's not your weekend warrior. He's not the MMA fighter that just trains for a fight. He's actually a martial artist. He's actually a 24/7, 365 fighter, which makes a huge difference. Even if he hasn't got a fight, he's in the gym training.
I was an amateur champion, and I was the MFC South African Bantamweight Pro Champion. So I've experienced the belt before, had it twice before, now going for the EFC gold, and that's been my goal since I started.
Although having a great record before joining the EFC, Ninow struggled to adjust to the bigger stage, losing his EFC debut to Charlie Veer by judge's decision, and then being submitted by Francois Groenewald at EFC 23.
The loss against Francois, that one I felt I truly lost that fight because he submitted me, where when I lose on decision and I feel like I could carry on going, doesn't hurt as much.
I think just the big stage of EFC, he was very anticipating to become the next champ, and I don't take that away from him because he's a really hard worker. And all of his fights, all his losses at EFC, besides the Francois Groenewald fight, weren't really losses in my eyes.
At EFC 24, Craig Ninow went up against Nkazimulu Zulu, a fight many feel was going Ninow's way until the last few seconds of the third round, where everything came crashing down.
Stands him up. This will suit Zulu.
Big. Ninow was rocked from that
Big
kick.
time. Zulu closes in here.
Zulu looking to finish. Caught Ninow right on his nose.
Oh,
with that
wow. Ninow in trouble. His nose looks like it's broken.
kick. Ninow's nose is shattered from that kick, it seems. Literally 10 seconds to go. Zulu pushed out that kick. Caught him square on the nose.
Mentally and physically, it took a lot out of me. In the fight, when it happened, I know I got hit hard, and I looked down and I could see like my nose on the side of my face here. But yeah, mentally it was tough because a lot of my family and that, they didn't want me carrying on with the MMA. They really weren't a big fan. Yeah, the recovery, the way my face looked and all the things I had to go through to heal was big. So, yeah.
It's tough for a coach to try and motivate your student to get back to training after, obtaining an injury like that. For our whole gym, our whole family, it was a huge setback because we knew how much potential Ninow has got and what the fight meant and what the results were.
There is no doubt that it was one of the worst injuries I've ever seen inside the hexagon. No one would have blamed Ninow if he didn't come back. But thankfully for us, as well as the fans, you can't keep a good man down.
10 months after that horrific injury, Craig Ninow returned to the hexagon, scoring his first win in the EFC with a first-round submission victory over Marino Kutundana. The young man from Durban was back.
I never quit. I got such a nice coach and team. They always motivated me. Just, this is what I really want to do, so it was an easy option.
The wins started to rack up for Ninow. A split decision victory over Baldwin Ndlalozi at EFC 33 was followed by a convincing win over Francois Groenewald at EFC 38. Ninow was on fire, and a shot at the flyweight title against Zulu would be up next.
People have to remember this is a rematch, and we remember what happened the first time in bantamweight. Craig Ninow dominating the fight, and then he gets smashed in the face. Just a horrible, bloody nose, terrible thing, and it was a controversial decision. Straight up controversial decision. I think a lot of people would say that Craig Ninow won that fight.
Myself and my coach, we thought I won that fight.
Zulu knows in the back of his head that Ninow won that fight. His coaches know he won the fight.
They were winning all rounds. Is he blind? No ways, man.
It doesn't make sense to me if he says that he won that fight, but how?
Regardless, the results are what they are, but Craig Ninow is out for revenge. You gotta believe that it's in the back of his head, a loss that has haunted him for years. This is his chance to get vengeance and to get a little gold around his waist.
The two best in the division once again go head-to-head as the former bantamweight champion Nkazimulu Zulu squares off with Durban favorite Craig Ninow for the inaugural EFC flyweight title.
These guys really put on a clinic every time they step into the hexagon, and a true MMA fan, a true fight fan, always appreciates that. You're gonna see an amazing fight when we get to our flyweight title fight at EFC 43. Don't blink, you'll miss something, guaranteed.
And Kazumulu Zulu is coming off a dominant victory over Francois Grunewald at EFC 36. Now, more comfortable in his natural weight class, the former champion is looking better than ever.
He's got no chance to beat me. He's still a small boy. He's new on this game. I've been fighting since the age of 6. I got this. This is mine.
I mean, he's unstoppable. I mean, in my opinion, at this weight, there's nobody that's going to touch him for a very long time. He's going to walk through this guy. It's over. So he's already won it.
Craig Ninow has been on an impressive run, beating all who have been placed in front of him. Not only is this a fight for the title, it's about revenge. And Ninow promises to do everything he can to attain both.
2 years ago, he was better than Zulu. Craig is on a different level.
My mental toughness, just my all-round game, I haven't stopped grinding and working every day. I mean, he gave me the best kick he's ever thrown. Hit me in the nose, what'd I do? Carry on swinging back. It's not gonna finish me, never.
I think this is going to be a different fight from their first meeting. Both are super confident and they're looking for a finish.
3 of us are flying down there, we're getting the job done, and we're flying back with a belt. We're going there to finish this fight. That's the end of the story.
Zulu's walking into our backyard. He's walking into our home. There's going to be a huge support system. There's going to be a wave of support for Ninow, and he's not just going to face Ninow. He's going to face our family.
A war. I'm going out there. I'm putting my heart on the line there. Everything. I'm leaving it in the cage, and I'm only coming out with the gold. I'm not coming out with anything else.
Guy that's gonna be throwing flying knees this time on his nose, elbows on his nose. Maybe I'll kick him on his nose again, just for fun.
Two warriors continue their rivalry in the ultimate rematch for the inaugural flyweight title. The most feared stand-up specialist in the organization, former bantamweight champion Kazumulu Zulu, will once again unleash his merciless attack in his quest for championship gold. But standing in his way is the Durban favorite, Craig Ninow, who is prepared to do everything in his power to become the new champion. Plus, the Mad Dog is set loose inside the hexagon as Amanda Lino faces off against the dangerous French femme fatale, Isabella Perret. It's Kazumulu Zulu versus Craig Ninow, and South African Amanda Lino takes on France's Isabella Perret. EFC 43, Thursday, 27 August, Durban, ICC. Tickets and broadcast information at efcworldwide.com.